Welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing the Internet Computer DEX is now going to begin coin burning. As you guys know, in my view, I think coin burning is actually very beneficial to many of the crypto ecosystems, especially as we see inflation rates in certain cryptos reaching levels, just unsustainable. But that's not the case in Internet Computer Protocol's ecosystem because, yes, ICP is having a little bit of inflation, but it's not really out of the ordinary for what we see in ecosystems. And we also know that the ecosystem is growing, and Internet Computer is best positioned, in my view, out of all the top cryptos for AI compute, and is the only major blockchain out here that already has AI compute on their blockchain. And that brings us to the ICP Swap DEX. Now, if you guys are not aware, ICP Swap, they describe themselves as the hub of future of decentralized finance. And effectively, it's a swap platform, also sometimes called a DEX. And now they have put up a vote, which is now complete, and we're going to go over the results for their proposal to give eligible users 30 days to claim ICS airdrops. After 30 days, unclaimed airdrops will be burned to reduce the total supply of ICS, which is the Internet Computer Protocol Swap coin. Now, they put this vote on chain, which is available in the NNS, or Network Nervous System of Internet Computer. And we covered this in many of my other videos right here on the channel. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. That way you never miss a new video. And if you want to help support the channel financially, click the join button down below to learn more about becoming a channel member. And also give the video a free thumbs up. Now, in proposal 36, this proposal was completed, at least the voting for it, and executed on chain with 54% of the votes saying yes, vote this through. And so there are two ways the proposal can be decided: immediate majority decision, which is a proposal that is immediately adopted or rejected if, before the voting period ends, more than half the total voting power says yes, or at least half vote no. Standard majority decision is another way that the proposal can go through. At the end of the voting period, a proposal is adopted if more than half the votes are cast as yes votes, provided these votes represent at least 3% of the total voting power. Otherwise, it's rejected. Before the proposal is decided, the voting period can be extended in order to wait for quiet. Such voting period extensions occur when a proposal's voting results turn from either a yes majority to a no majority, or vice versa. And so, yes, we have a orange dot here. And the orange dot, again, this indicates that these votes represented at least 3% of the total voting power. And so the total voting power here was 282 million ICP coins versus the no of 690,000. So, you guys can see here, significant difference, right? And so what is the actual proposal? The ICP swap team proposed to give eligible users 30 days to claim ICS airdrops. After 30 days, unclaimed ICS airdrops will be burned to reduce the supply of ICS. Currently, 5.6 million ICS airdrops have been claimed, and we can view the claim info here. We'll click into that in a minute. The Internet Computer Project team's ICS airdrops claimed about 4.5 million. So 4.5 million out of 5.6 million total coins that have been airdropped. If this proposal is approved, the ICP swap team will send multiple announcements to remind users to claim their forgotten ICS airdrops during 30 days until the burning of unclaimed ICS airdrops after 30 days. Now listen, a lot of ecosystems out here are doing this now, because effectively an airdrop, or let me rephrase, airdrops used to be just free coins, right? I mean, when I started learning about crypto, they had crypto faucets where you can literally just go to a website, put your wallet in, and they'll send you free crypto. But this was to incentivize people to use the ecosystem, right? To actually test and keep transaction volume up. But now we're in a different realm of kind of development and deployment of this technology. And so a lot of airdrops that we're seeing now within all the crypto ecosystem, not specifically Internet Computer, are only for participants right? People who are actively using the protocol. I mean, we've seen airdrop ecosystems say, for you to get this coin, this new coin, you have to have had, at least 10 transactions over the last 90 days or whatever the situation is. And depending on your usage of the blockchain, that would determine how many airdropped coins you would actually get. And so we've already kind of been moving in that direction anyway. And the other issue is claiming an airdrop indicates to the ecosystem that those are live coins, right? And this is very important for understanding the metrics behind individual ecosystem cryptos, right? For instance, Bitcoin, 21 million coins that will ever be created. People guesstimate that between like 4 and 5 million coins are lost forever, not accessible. But we don't know the true number, right? We don't know the true number. In a lot of staking ecosystems or highly staked crypto ecosystems, we are able to identify when coins are not accessible anymore, not used anymore, because we know how many coins are actually being staked, and that you actually have to do something to stake it. So there was actually a human behind that doing that. We also see coins in staking ecosystems or stake pools that are no longer running. Those typically are considered not accessible coins anymore, right? So there's a lot of different ways to identify like how many coins are actually in circulation, how many actually can be moved or sold. And so from an investor perspective, this is very important. So giving a deadline for accessing these coins is super important. For instance, let's say I have $10 million in internet computer coins, and let's say ICP DEX drops, 1-to-1. So I should get 10 million coins. But let's say I don't touch those coins now. I don't claim them for years. And then one day I claim the coins. That typically when you see somebody come in after the fact, and this is not 100%, but this is generally speaking, I believe why they do these coin burns or these limited airdrop ecosystems now, is because you can't just come in 5 years during the next bull run and say, oh, I have all these free airdrop coins that I didn't have to do anything for. And then I go and just dump them on the market. And then everybody who has been building anything in the ecosystem for that coin, they all get diluted by somebody who is a non-participant, somebody who didn't claim their tokens and is just literally doing a money grab. And so a lot of these ecosystems are trying to move away from that by creating these airdrops where you have to participate or you have to do something or you have to claim it in a certain amount of time. I personally think that this is needed. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about the ICP swap one, but just generally speaking, I do think there need to be limitations on these airdrops, where if you want the airdrop, you have to participate. If you don't want the airdrop, don't do anything. But yeah, I mean, I would be very, you guys know, if you watch my videos, and if you don't, I would definitely recommend hitting the subscribe button. That way you always are notified whenever we upload, which is quite often. And remember, nothing I say is financial advice. These are just my opinions. I could be wrong about anything and everything that we talk about on this channel. So do your own research. But in my view, tokenomics are the number one thing that you have to look at when you're looking at investability of a coin or an ecosystem. And if a lot of the coins are going to be vested by insiders, or just like there's other ecosystems that we used to talk about a lot on this channel, and they're pumping out, literally tens of millions of coins every few months to projects that are supposed to build for the ecosystem, but nobody's using the ecosystem and there's nothing really built on it, right? Now the ecosystem will say, but Cryptoviser, we do have a lot built on it. Okay, it's clearly not up to par with where the rest of crypto is, right? No venture capital money, no liquidity from Tether or USDC, no cross-chain functionality. I mean, I could keep going on, but this video is about internet computer. And so learning these tokenomics and how many coins are inflating, how many coins are deflating, what is the burn mechanism, what is the rewards for staking, right? Because if you have people just staking their coin and earning rewards and they just keep selling those rewards into the ecosystem, right, that is going to cause the prices not to move. I mean, look at XRP. Ripple is literally selling XRP on the open market, and people are, oh, I'm very bullish, I keep buying. It's like you're literally buying the coin from Ripple, which is supposed to be supporting the XRP ecosystem, right? So I'm just giving you guys some examples. So anyway, back to ICP swap. So that's basically the background of why there's more limited airdrops now, right? They want real users and real developers and real investors to get these coins. They don't want just people who, oh, well, I've been holding Ethereum for 6 years, so now I'm going to get 17 airdrops and I'm going to get, because that just dilutes everybody. And the people who are building the ecosystem, they always have that hanging over like, wait, what if billions of coins just get airdropped or claimed in 3 years from now? How much dilution is that going to have on us who've been building the ecosystem? So I agree, and I'm for it, and I believe this is probably part of the reason why 54% of the voting power said yes, make this happen, right? And that's why I waited until after the voting took place, because I wanted to see where the ICP ecosystem is standing. This doesn't surprise me, right? Internet computer is not. I would imagine if there was more retail in the ICP ecosystem, they would probably say no, which is a good thing because it tells me that most of the voting and most of the participation in ICP is still, core team developers, and that's I think a pretty good thing as well. Anyway, so you can see the claim events for ICP swap. You can see how many tokens, how many claimed addresses, how many claimed tokens, and what their balance is. And obviously, you can go through this. Like you can see, boom airdrop for Moonwalkers, 837 token addresses, only 125 claimed those, right? So out of 5 million total tokens, only 700,000 were claimed. I mean, that's a big difference. So is that just because people don't want to use it? People don't know about it? Like, I don't know. You would have to really understand the full ecosystem, which we're still learning on this channel, about how ICP works, how ICP swap works, and all of that. So yeah, ICP swap NFT holders. There were 75,000 or 76,000 total addresses that were eligible. 3,000 claimed their coins, or 1/4 of the token supply. So think about that, 25%. So if you're holding a coin and then, or part of an ecosystem for this one, you were an NFT holder with ICP, you have that coin. Now you have the potential to get this new coin for this airdrop. And then because of the 30-day time limit, well, now you went from 100% supply to only 25% supply. And that makes you as a holder and a participant more your worth in that coin or that airdrop more valuable. Keep in mind, most airdrops go to zero. There's really no product there. Most. I'm not just talking about internet computer. I'm talking about Ethereum, everything. I mean, most airdrops is just coins that people are hoping will become something, and they just don't. For whatever reason, it's not necessarily a good or bad thing. It's just, I do think that this is important. Now, this is interesting. This one says staking pool compensation. 235 total addresses, 215 claimed it. So you can see here, I'm guessing this is people who are, well, let's see if the details tell us a little bit more. Probably not. I don't know anybody who's working on this. Maybe you guys can have like an explanation for what these airdrops are for. That would be very helpful. But either way, we were on page 2 and we were at staking pool compensation. So maybe they were just paying the staking pool ecosystem for whatever. And almost all of the coins were claimed. So this tells me that this mechanism of burning these airdrop coins that are not claimed within 30 days, that's probably why they're doing it. It's literally what I just explained on this video. I mean, the stake pool operators, they're participating in the network. And so, yeah, they're going to claim these coins. But if you look at some of these other coins, ICS airdrop, ICP swap, and other trading users. So you can see even the trading users on ICP swap, 20% claimed their coins, 20% of the addresses, or 50% of the tokens. So there is still participation. And there is still people who are claiming these airdrops, but there's also a lot that are not. And I think that burning these coins, it's just going to benefit everybody who is a holder and who is participating in these ecosystems. Personally, I'm not getting any airdrops from ICP, so it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just looking at this from how the mechanism works, how ICP works, how ICP's dexes work, how coin distribution works. And by understanding all of this, you can say this is a good investment. This is not a good investment. They're thinking about things on a very much larger scale, thinking about sustainability. And for me, that's a very bullish kind of a bullish thesis and a bullish strategy for internet computer. And this is one of the reasons that I'm very big bull on internet computer. Don't get it twisted. I'm looking to pull profits out of the market. And I do think that internet computer is going to perform very well. But I could be wrong on this, right? But I want to know what you guys think. Do you agree with that proposal? Do you think that coin burning is or is not a mechanism that needs to be included in all these ecosystems? I mean, personally, I think that every ecosystem in crypto should take a small portion, even 1% of the transaction fees and burn it. Because when you're scaling up to, millions or tens of thousands of transactions per second, even if it's just 1 penny per transaction, that is going to add up over time, and that's going to bring more value into the ecosystem. It's going to create more of the demand because there's going to be less supply. And if you guys understand the basics of supply-demand metrics, this should make sense. There's a lot of other ecosystems out here, guys. I'm not going to name all of them, but there's a lot that they don't believe in that they just want to keep inflating and inflating and inflating and inflating. And the more they inflate, the more your value is diluted. And personally, if I'm getting diluted in a stock or in a crypto, I'm out. I mean, we just saw the GameStop saga, pick up again. Roaring Kitty posted something on their X page, and everybody's, GameStop tripled and went from $15 to like $50 overnight. And it's come back down. Why has it come back down? I think partly because GameStop also said they were going to issue 45 million new shares, because they're not stupid. They know if the price has tripled or quadrupled overnight, issue those shares, and then they can take that money and build out their company or stay out of bankruptcy or pay their executives higher bonuses or whatever the situation is. But who does that negatively impact? The retail that are buying the stock thinking, oh, well, Roaring Kitty's saying it's going to go up, so let's pump into the stock. Same thing is happening in crypto. And so these ecosystems that most of them have inflation, but you have to look at the mechanism of how much inflation, how is it being offset somewhat by maybe coin burning or other aspects here. And, is this sustainable? Personally, when I look at internet computer, they're doing things to limit this inflationary aspect. I mean, we just heard Dominic the other day, and I did a video on this, I think, where we were talking about them ending staking for 8 years and lowering it to 5-year staking. Because the longer you hold, the more rewards you get. And I hear you guys who are holding and staking for 8 years, you guys are upset about this. But at the end of the day, that inflation in the long term is going to affect your coins and your valuation more than what you're looking at in the short term. Because if they keep inflating at that exorbitant rate, and you're like, well, I'm going to double my holdings of this coin by the end of the 8-year staking. It's like, yeah, but what if the value of the coin is now worth half because of all the inflation? Then you're just right back to where you started. So you staked for 8 years for nothing. And so, yes, tokenomics is important. Yes, coin burning in certain aspects and certain circumstances is extremely important. And I think that internet computer understand the developers, the engineers, the community, the holders, the stakers. I think everybody understands. Granted, some may be a little bit extra greedy and say, well, I want more rewards, so I don't care about any of the Got it. But generally speaking, these kind of proposals are telling me, right? ICS talking about coin burning, Dominic talking about lowering the staking period to reduce inflation. This tells me where ICP's head is at, where they're going, where we're going to be in a year or 2 years or 3 years from now. Are they going to be burning coins in 3 years from now? Maybe, maybe not. It doesn't matter, but they're looking at the inflationary aspect and they're saying, how can we fix this? How can we lower it? How can we reduce it? How can we bring more value proposition to holders of the coin outside of just staking and outside of inflating the circulating supply? And it's not just ICP, it's also the ecosystems within ICP, like ICP Swap. Anyway, I've talked enough. Thanks for watching. Give the video a thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments of the video. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice. Do your own research, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Crypto on.